nation's might, and the army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won, and the army goes rolling along. And it's high, high, hey, the army's on its way. Count off the pages loud and strong. For wherever we go, you will always know that the army goes rolling along. First to fight for the right and to build the nation's might, and the army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won, and the army goes rolling along. And it's high, high, hey, the army's on its way. Count off the days on its run. For wherever we go, you will always know that the army goes rolling along.
All right, folks, welcome. My name is Jen. I'm from Golden State Times. I want to start off by saying and giving a very happy birthday to the 45th President of the United States, President Donald Trump. Today is his birthday. President Trump, let's get some information on his birthday. Trump B-Day. Okay, here we go. So President Trump, let's see here. He was born in 1946. President Trump born, it says President Donald Trump born June the 14th, 1946. 45th President of the United States. And like I said, we just want to say happy birthday to President Trump. Right before we start his speech, he is set to deliver a speech on small business health coverage, so small businesses can provide better health coverage for their employees. President Trump wants to make it a lot easier for small business to get better rates when it comes to health insurance that they can offer their employees. So if you guys can please share the live stream on social media, on Facebook, Twitter, Gab, Reddit, all of those social media sites. We're set to get the footage very soon. We're going to put something up on your screen right now as we await footage from the Rose Garden where President Trump is going to be delivering his speech. So stay tuned, folks. I'll switch it over in just a little bit.
Thank you very much, and today I'm delighted to welcome the governors from both parties to discuss the best ways to reform occupational licensing laws, advance child care policies, and provide quality job training to all Americans so we can easily have some really phenomenal jobs, access to the jobs market, and really fulfilling careers of a lot of people. Tremendous progress has been made. My daughter Ivanka has been working on this very, very hard for pretty much the last year and a half, and we've created over 10 million, she has, and working with some of the great companies, created over 10 million jobs. It's been an incredible job that she's done, and I appreciate it. Where's Ivanka? Hi. Hello, darling. I guess when you're a father, you're very proud of that, but I'm very proud of the job she did, so thank you very much.
Thank you, and I've had the great fortune of visiting with almost every governor in their states to discuss all of the three issues that you mentioned, and appreciate everyone's tremendous work and advocacy on
And with a lot of-
disability, childcare, and workforce development.
Right, and with a lot of big companies,
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
Walmart and others that have really taken on 500,000 jobs, 250,000 jobs at a time. It's really been great. So we'll let you talk about that.
Yeah.
Would you like to mention that right now? Go
Sure.
ahead.
Well, actually, Governor Reynolds is on our Workforce Advisory Board. This is a working group that supports our National Council for the American Workforce to think about how we can explore education holistically, particularly looking at that mid to late career worker in a time of tremendous disruption and change due to new technologies. So it's been amazing. We've traveled across the country and seen the best-in-class examples where the private sector is really stepping up. We've secured commitments from them to do more. Tim Cook from Apple, who was here today, who's also
Who just
on the
left? He
advisory
just
board.
left our office.
He's been a real force on both the advisory board and in his commitment to lifelong learning generally. Walmart, as you mentioned, I was just in Indiana with Mark Benioff from Salesforce, where he committed to training and upskilling 1 million American workers over the course of the next 5 years.
Fantastic.
So there's been real excitement around this, and the best examples are when the private sector shares the skills that they need with the community colleges, the technical schools, the high schools, and the students and workers are trained accordingly. So we want to highlight it and push and reinforce that.
Really great job. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Very outstanding. Thanks to Governors Doug Ducey. Thank you very much. Terrific job you're doing. Brian Kemp. Brian. How's it going? Pretty good?
Great.
I think so. Good numbers you have. Good numbers.
They're good.
State, doing well. Georgia.
Doing good. We're very appreciative of you signing the disaster relief bill very quickly. That was helpful for us. We were with Senator Perdue and Secretary Perdue, Congressman Bishop in South Georgia last week, and our farmers and farm families appreciate it.
Right, well, I appreciate the job you're doing. David E. Gay. Thank you, David, very much. How's everything going?
Terrific. It's going very well, and we also appreciate the signing the disaster relief. As you know, we've had a challenging year in 2018. So we definitely appreciate it.
Well, we got it done. It was a tough one, actually, but we got it done. And Kim Reynolds, everybody knows Kim.
Well, thank you, and I also want to say thank you for the disaster relief, as well as E15 year-round. We had you in Iowa celebrating that. Great news. It's great news for our farmers and our economy and for consumers. So thank you for continuing to really do what your administration's been able to do for our farmers and our economy.
Well, we were there yesterday, and the ethanol has been incredible, what they've done. So it's a big boost for the farmers,
Big
too.
boost. We really appreciate that a lot.
And Chris Sununu. Chris, hi.
Hello.
How's everything going?
Crushing it. Loving it.
You are doing well. I agree with that, Chris.
Look at tax cuts, SOR grants,
Right.
regulatory reform. It's helping families. Put money in people's pockets. It's awesome.
That's great, Chris. You really did a good job. Appreciate it. Tom Wolf. Tom?
Yeah, Pennsylvania's doing well, and I really think this is the right topic, talking about how we can get more people into the workforce and get them the skills they need. And we need to talk about this very intensely, and you're doing a good job on this.
I will be talking about that. We made some pretty strong statements today, and we're doing a lot about it. Bill Lee, thank you very much. Mr. President. Bill, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good.
And thank you, by the way, for encouraging the people of Tennessee to help us get education reform done.
Right.
You spoke out about that for us, and we have made some real progress there in giving every kid in our state access to high-quality education. So thanks for
Working
that.
well, too, isn't it?
We're going to implement that, and we're hopeful and certain that we're going to improve our public school systems in a meaningful way.
I've heard amazing things that you're doing with education in Tennessee.
Thank you.
So you're going to have to teach some other people maybe, right?
We like best practices and sharing them and getting them.
And Mark Gordon. Thank you, Mark, very much.
Mr. President, wonderful to be here. Thank you for your support of energy, making sure Wyoming is part of that energy picture going forward. Coal, natural gas, oil, wind, solar, all very important parts of our economy going forward. Thank you for your support of our farmers, making sure that we have clear access to trade. It's also another important feature of what your administration has done that we appreciate very much.
Well, we're doing very well in the trade, and as you know, the USMCA is coming along well. I think that hopefully it's going to get approved quickly. Everybody wants it. It's in Congress right now. It's in the House, and they're reviewing it, but everybody seems to want it. I think that'll be a very bipartisan bill. It's very much needed for the farmers, manufacturers. The unions like it. Everybody likes it. It's something that was very important, and it's as you know, Canada's totally in line, and Mexico's totally in line, and now it's up to us to get it passed, and it's going to have a tremendous impact, I think, on somebody was saying over $100 billion, a lot of money, and a lot of jobs, and really a lot of, it's going to make life a lot more transparent in a certain way, which is positive. But everybody wants it, and hopefully they can act quickly, because we can have that done very, very fast. If we can get support from really the Democrats in Congress, Nancy Pelosi, they have to put the bill forward. People want it to happen. Let's see what happens. We're also joined by Secretary Alex Acosta. And Alex, thank you for the great job you're doing. You're really doing a terrific job.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Through our Pledge of America's Workers and to America's Workers, my administration has partnered with governors, many of whom are in the room, and you folks have been among the most active there are, and I appreciate it very much, and we all appreciate it very much, because it's been incredible. And businesses to provide more than 9 million new jobs, and it's going to be over 10 million in a very short period of time. These are workforce development opportunities for the American worker. We've made historic increases to child care block grants that go to states to help families access quality child care. Due to our booming economy, a record number of Americans are rejoining the workforce, including former inmates and those recovering from opioid addiction. And the inmates, it's a very special situation. It's never taken place like this, because the economy is doing so well. You're doing great in your states, but the country is doing so well. It's not so easy to get people, and good people, and they're giving inmates and people just getting out of prison, they're giving them a chance. And I have to tell you, the receptivity has been incredible. They're doing really well. Never happened before. They had that stigma, and the stigma was making it very, very hard for them to get jobs. And numerous employers have told me it's incredible. They wish they did it a long time ago. They're having tremendous success with the whole program. You call them prisoners, call them inmates, call them whatever you want to call them. They're really working out well, and people are very happy. The employers are very happy. So due to our booming economy, that's happening, and we're also helping a lot with the opioid addiction. We had a meeting yesterday that some of the media was at, and in some areas we're down 17-18% with the opioid, and in some areas we're down even more than that. It's been incredible. We're putting a lot of pressure on doctors. We're putting a lot of pressure on different groups, and even education. But we're down in some cases substantially more than 17% in a period of 1 year. So that was a tremendous meeting we had yesterday. To open up even more jobs for our citizens, we're working with states to address the burdensome and excessive occupational licensing laws, which really are very burdensome. Would you say, Alex?
Very burdensome. It's hurting our economy.
Yeah. What are you doing about it?
So we're actually working with several of the governors around the table. Governor Reynolds just recently passed a reform for military spouses, so that they will now receive provisional licenses while they're in first state. Governor Ducey has passed aggressive legislation. You just signed it, 2 months ago?
Yes.
In essence, almost rolling back licensing requirements. so that individuals can come to Arizona. Governor Wolf is working on this. We're working just about all the governors. The Federal Reserve Bank studies show that this is costing us upwards of 1.5 million jobs a year.
Incredible. Okay. But you then solve the problem?
We're working with the governors. This is as stated.
You make it easy for them, okay? Over the past 50 years, occupational licensing regulations have nearly tripled, keeping workers out of really good-paying jobs. And for the most part, I guess the states will be handling it. But you do need reference to the federal government, so you'll take care of it. And anything we can do, we're going to make it very easy for you to go very quickly. In many states, workers must pay thousands of dollars in complete months and years even of training to enter fields such as real estate, tourism, and many others. For example, this surprised me, nationally, the average training for cosmetologists is 11 times longer than the training for emergency medical technicians, and sometimes training costs $20,000 for a cosmetology license. So it takes a tremendous amount of time, and we have great respect for cosmetologists, but there's something probably a little bit wrong with that. Burdensome licensing laws especially hurt military spouses who may be required to become recertified each time they move, and they're constantly moving. It's amazing when I meet with military families, it's one of the big things. They move. They're incredible workers, but they're there for 2 years or 3 years or less, and it's a bit of a problem. These regulations also harm low-income families who can't afford the time and the money needed to get into these fields. Earlier this year, a gentleman named Governor Doug Ducey signed a law into existence, universal licensing recognition, which accepts occupational licenses granted in many states. I applaud Governor Ducey, and I always have. He's doing a fantastic job in a fabulous state. Arizona's you're doing good for pioneering the change, and we hope that other states are going to follow Arizona's lead. And you really have been at the forefront, and we really appreciate that, especially there. Say a couple of words about that.
Sure. Well, first I want to say thank you, Mr. President, for your focus on licensing laws and the regulations that get in the way of this. We've really been focused on licensing reform in the state of Arizona. We want to make the state a place of opportunity for all. We began with military spouses. Trailing military spouses would often be in a position where they couldn't enter the workforce because their license wasn't recognized. We had great success with that, and we wanted to expand it. So we moved on to what we call universal recognition of occupational licensing. Not only is our economy booming right now, but our state is growing. We've got people coming from all over the country, and they don't lose their skills when they pack up a U-Haul truck and come to Arizona. So we're going to recognize that license inside of the state, and this is really for the little guy, the working man, the person that comes to town or to our state. They want to earn a living, and they want to get to work, and we believe it's a good reform. We think it blows quite a hole in the mega regulatory state that is there while continuing to protect public health and public safety. And just like I learned from many of the ladies and gentlemen around the table here, governors take good ideas and reapply them. Everyone here is welcome to take this idea and reapply it in your state.
That's very good. We appreciate it. I think your border is looking a lot better. They're saying over the last 4 or 5 days, there's been a real diminution, a real lowering of people running across, coming across, needing to be apprehended. Because what Border Security has been doing has been incredible. You're seeing a difference.
There is a difference. There is a real crisis there, and I think it's still contingent on Congress to act. Absolutely. Not only on the USMCA, but on adjusting the laws and making sure that the resources are there to deal with both the humanitarian crisis and the security crisis.
It's true. It would be so easy to do. We could sit down with the Democrats in a very short period of time. We need the votes. Don't have the votes. So we have to have the votes. And we could sit down, and we could sit down in a very, very few number of minutes and get
Yes, we could.
We could solve the asylum problem quickly, and we could solve the few loopholes that are just horrible. No other country in the world has them. And if the Democrats would agree, we could sit down and solve that problem. In the meantime, Mexico has really stepped up to the plate. I hope it continues, but there's been a lot fewer people running up, and they have 6,000 people on their southern border. As of today, it's pretty much their force is fully intact and will be there, and there's a big difference. But with all of that being said, as Doug said, it would be really to everybody's advantage if we could sit down with the Democrats and make a very fast deal. We've been trying. They don't want to give us the votes. They don't want to give us the effort, and that's a shame because you have people dying on the border. You have people dying. You have children dying. You have women dying. You have the human trafficking. You have drugs coming across, would have a tremendous impact on the drug. And you have people coming across that shouldn't be coming across. You have gang members. You have a lot of other things. And we're apprehending them and we're getting them out. We have people all over the country. You'll see it starting in a much bigger way over the next week and a half. But we have people all over the country. ICE, they're going out and taking out MS-13. We're taking out MS-13. We're going over the bad ones and getting the bad ones out. They've been here for a long time. And we're taking them out by the thousands. Thousands of people being taken out, MS-13 and other gangs. They seem to be the worst, but I hear they have some others that are pretty bad too. But we're getting them out. So with all of that, if anybody would like to say anything while you have these wonderful people from the media here, please feel free. Would you like to go anything? Mark, would you like to say something?
Well, thank you, Mr. President. I'm the governor of the great state of Wyoming, with Yellowstone, the first park in the nation, and I'm honored to be here. I appreciate your leadership in convening this bipartisan group of governors, and I look forward to having a productive discussion. And I thank you for bringing together the governors to seek and listen to our perspectives. As President Trump has recognized before, coal is important to our nation's future prosperity. Wyoming is a leading coal producer and has among the largest coal reserves in the world, and certainly the cleanest. The President has been a strong supporter of coal and of advancing new technologies that support carbon capture and sequestration. That is critical in addressing climate change and can provide a bridge to a cleaner, healthier future and really good jobs. Progress on these fronts is imperative for Wyoming, and I look forward to working with you on that. You know, and a changing economy requires an evolving workforce. In Wyoming, we have sought to expand educational opportunities, including vocational education, to develop a nimble workforce that our economy will need, allowing Wyoming to gain the Wyoming workers to gain the skills needed to improve the quality of their work, their take-home pay, and ultimately.
All right, folks. So we are just going to give you guys a quick update. We're going to get the footage from the White House. President Trump is set to deliver a speech on healthcare options for small businesses. So that's going to happen at the Rose Garden in the White House. So we are about to get footage. I just wanted to update you guys and ask you if you guys can please share this live stream on social media. And don't forget to click the thumbs up button. That helps out the channel a lot. So once again, we're going to be switching over to the White House in just a few moments as we get everything ready to go. We want to make sure that you get the best experience here at our live stream on Golden State Times. But we do ask you if you guys can please share the live stream. If you share the live stream on Facebook or Twitter, I'll give you guys a quick shout out as a thank you for your support. That's all we ask for, folks. If you guys can please share the live streams. We should be switching over soon, and I'll see you on the chat.
Better lives for them and their families. The President's apprenticeship program and expansion, and Ivanka, your work on that, is an avenue for Wyoming to pursue the financial support for building our own workforce. We have applied for a grant and are appreciating the program in Wyoming, which, if awarded, will increase the number of registered apprenticeship programs in Wyoming. And I will say, Governor Ducey, I'm glad that you're following our lead. We are the lowest licensed state, licensure state.
I was waiting for that.
Yeah. But that's what makes the country strong. The governors.
Thank you again, Mr. President.
Really good job, Mark. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Chris, you're doing fantastically up in New Hampshire.
We're doing well, Mr. President. There's no doubt about it. You know, when you talk about workforce, I mean, there's two issues that really come up. One is, obviously, we're at the tip of the spear on the opioid crisis. And Secretary Collier has been great. We created a program that came out of when I ran a resort in my previous life. We created something called called recovery-friendly workplaces, where, again, if you want someone to be in recovery, there's a big picture there. It isn't just a 28-day treatment, goodbye and good luck. You need employment, you need family, you need community, and allowing and training the private sector to be, quote, recovery-friendly. And through Secretary Acosta's grant, we've been growing that program. We have tens of thousands of people in New Hampshire now working for a recovery-friendly workplace, which dovetails right into what we're also talking about, which is justice reform, right? Giving people a second chance, allowing folks when they come out to have a job waiting for them. It's the same type of concept, making sure that we have 2.4% unemployment. I got more jobs than I know what to do with. We need the workers. They're there, and we really need to be allowing them the opportunity to enter the workforce. And I also want to say, what Ivanka and her team has done on paid family leave. This is a concept that a lot of states have taken on. I know they're discussing it in Congress. Again, we've tried to find an innovative way where there's no burden on the taxpayer. Right? We found that we're joining with Vermont. I don't know if Vermont's going to go forward with it. I got to call Governor Scott and see if they're on board. But a way to get the private sector involved and really be able to provide a benefit without an income tax. And you do that through public-private partnerships, which, Mr. President, you have done more on the public-private partnerships in this country than a lot of folks could have even imagined. So by putting some of these pieces in place, it really drives forward. The last thing, if I may, I do want to mention, when you talk about second chances, when you talk about the opioid crisis, where you're talking about justice reform and prison reform, mental health. I have all the jobs in the world, but we need to be working behind the wall, something your SOR grant did very, very well, providing recovery programs behind the wall in the prison, so when they came out, they're healthy, they're ready to engage in the workforce. You have to make sure we appreciate the horrible fact that many of our prisons in this country are essentially mental health institutions. And that's a crying shame. So you need to have the programs there to make sure that when they come out, they're ready to be part of that workforce in a productive manner. You've created an economy with so many jobs out there, it's unbelievable. The opportunity is there, but we got to make sure we're appreciating the individuals as individuals and getting them the services they need so they hit the ground running.
Where's your read? 2.4%?
2.4%. I'm competing with Kim over there.
Yeah, 2.4 in Iowa too. So, yeah.
I think
There's
one of
jobs.
the amazing follow-ons to what you just said, and I think is so important, it's because of the booming economy, because of the policies that have been put in place around tax reform. And actually, as part of tax reform, the first national paid family leave program was passed to incentivize employers who have workers making under $75,000 to offer paid leave benefits. So we're seeking to do more, but that's a very important program. But whether it's deregulation or tax reform, the market is booming and unemployment is at record lows. But one of the most rewarding things is to see people coming off the sidelines and back into the workforce, and workforce participation rates across the country rising. So just in the last quarter of 2018, 73% of all new jobs were from people who were on the sidelines of the economy, not even people on unemployment. So it's really, whether it's criminal justice reform, second chance hiring, all the work we're doing around skills training, employers are getting creative and they're reaching out and they're creating better and more opportunities, better and more jobs for American workers. So it's very exciting, and thank you for your leadership on this.
Great. Thank you very much. Thanks for saying what you put.
I got to put up with him every day.
There's nobody tougher than him or me, and then there's nobody that's better. He's a great guy, actually.
He's doing well. Thank you,
In my
sir.
regards, okay? Tom, please.
Tom Wolf, thank you, Mr. President, Governor of Pennsylvania. Before I was I've been in politics now for 4.5 years. And before that, I was a business owner. And I understood that it was really important to be able to get access to good people. In my business, the best people were people who grew up on dairy farms and people who were in prison, who were looking for a second chance. All else being equal, and you made that point just a moment ago, you wonder why we didn't do it earlier than that. These are people who really want to work and want to succeed. So we have done a lot of things with clean slate legislation, criminal justice reform, to do what you were talking about, bring people from the sidelines and get them into the job market. In fact, we called our clean slate bill a jobs bill. First in the nation, I think still the only one in the nation, and we are really working hard to get people back into the workforce. We're focusing on licensing reform, again, workforce development. Brought the chairman of the president of the Pennsylvania State Chamber of Business and Industry, with the president of the Pennsylvania AFL-CIO together to co-chair an effort to actually bring people back into the workforce, and they're working marvelously together at command centers. They're doing great work. We've passed a unique GI Bill to deal with problems of licensing, so that when a military family moves from state to state, they don't have to give up their teacher certification. They don't have to give up their whatever license they have from the other state. That we have it's a good idea calling it universal recognition, but it really helps military families and people who are mobile. We're also on our way to implementing our first significant licensing reform that has 13 points to it, and including eliminating some licenses altogether, but making it a lot easier and reducing the barriers to entry to a lot of professions. I'm really looking forward to this session because I think we can learn a lot in Pennsylvania as to what we can do, what more we can do, and how we can partner with each other, with the federal government, and with the private sector to actually make things better for the people of Pennsylvania. That's what we're about. So thank you for having this meeting.
Well, you made a great statement. I've never heard it before. The best people in prison and people that work on farms. That one I've never heard before. You're making tremendous progress, so that's good. Thank you very much, John. Brian Kemp, Georgia.
Mr. President, as you know, we're doing a lot on workforce in our state. Like a lot of other governors, this is one of our top issues. We had the lowest unemployment we've had in 18 years. Had a great visit with Ivanka at UPS to see really with David Abney there to see state-of-the-art training. Obviously our colleges, universities, our technical college systems very engaged in supplying the workforce, but we got a unique program, our Quick Start program, which has been ranked the #1 job training program in many regards in the country, which we're proud of. But it will train qualified existing businesses and new businesses coming into the state and those that want to expand. So it makes us very mobile to be able to do job training. And then we also have specialized training centers for certain industries that we're targeting in Georgia that our companies need workers in, and we're doing that in manufacturing, aviation, bioscience, cybersecurity, film. The film industry very big in Georgia right now, and also in fintech. And that's one reason we continue to have an A+ rating when it comes to our workforce. So we are doing a lot. We know that's a huge issue on the occupational licensing front. A couple of years ago, we passed a compact for nurses, so they can join a compact so you don't have the multi-state licensing issue. Those licenses will reciprocate. We did that this year with medical doctors. That's very important, especially when you think of telemedicine and rural health care. And then something that's probably not on many people's radar, we did some legislation this year that our community bankers, our smaller banks, are very excited about, to let them have better access to capital, which is going to help our areas outside that are struggling in rural Georgia to be able to lend more money to the business people there to expand and hire in parts of our state that we don't have as much going on. So, those are the things that we're focused on, but also the disaster relief money going into South and Southwest Georgia is going to be big for our economy in the next year or two as we continue to recover. So
That was a big deal.
Well, it was. I know you were frustrated like I was. It took so long, but we're very grateful you signed it quick. And been meeting today talking about hopefully there's going to be flexibility with the money in the form of block grants or other things, so we could. Our agriculture commissioner.
There is going to be.
We can get that money out very quickly with transparency. And put it to work, and they need it.
Sonny's going to do a job on it, but it's going to go very quickly, and I think nobody else but this group would have been able to get it. That was a tough thing to get, and we got it for our farmers and for a lot of people.
Well, we appreciate the administration's steadfast support through all of that, and all the folks, the secretary level folks and budget folks that have worked with us, and we look forward to working with you in the future to get that money out.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you very much. Campbell?
Well, thank you, Mr. President. In Iowa, we have a diverse and growing economy, even with some significant challenges with agriculture and the flooding. But we have the lowest unemployment rate, 2.4%. We have more Iowans working than any other time in our state history. And here's the other part of the narrative, I think, that nobody's mentioned yet. We've had 7 straight quarters of wage growth in the state of Iowa, and a lot of blue-collar workers are experiencing that. So, not only are we bringing people off the sidelines, but we're seeing wages increase too, and that is just a win-win. So.
All right, folks. So the White House hasn't given the green light to turn on cameras as of yet. So it should start very soon. And as soon as we get the thumbs up or the green light from the White House, we'll switch it over to the live footage from inside the White House actually outside of the White House at the Rose Garden. But we're going to be giving shout outs right now to everyone that is sharing the live stream on social media. So we're going to be starting off with, let's see who's sharing the live stream. We have American Patriots 17th Truth Love, Make America Great Again. Deplorable Tiger Fan, thank you so much for your continued support. Richard Ryder, thank you so much for your support in sharing the live stream. Laura, thank you so much, Laura, for your support in sharing the live stream. We also have John Savage, and we have, let's see here. Oh, here we go. We have Donna. Oh, here we go. Okay, we have footage from inside the White House, so let me switch it over while I continue to give shout outs to everyone that is sharing the live stream. Once again, President Trump is set to come out and deliver his speech very, very soon. So make sure you guys please share this live stream on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Gab, Reddit, all of those social media sites. And let's continue giving shout outs. We have Donna. Thank you so much, Donna. And Jessica King. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream. LK Mills and Crossfire Hurricane Frame Job. Thank you so much for sharing the stream. Michael and Tex Arcana Phantom. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream. Rogelio Garcia, 34. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream on social media. Let's see, who else do we have on here? Maureen, thank you so much for your continued support. Deborah Nell, thank you so much for your continued support. Kira Maga, thank you so much for sharing the live stream. Seamus and Rosie, thank you so much for sharing the live stream on social media. Timed Out and Kay, thank you so much for sharing the live stream. Let's see, who else do we have on here, folks? I see two more. Oh, I see four more. Okay, Patricia No Name. Supra Fro, I Stand With Flynn, and Jalissa K. Thank you so much for your continued support. American Girl 3, thank you so much for your continued support. Soulshine, thank you so much for your continued support and sharing the live stream. Daniel Guevara, thank you so much for sharing the live stream on social media. Victoria Serbia, thank you so much for your continued support. Robert and Jay Legarsky, Robert again, and Mayor. Also, Robert Darby, thank you so much for sharing the live stream. April B. and Sorotic, thank you so much for sharing the live stream. We have Jay and we have Robin. And we also have Crazy Colette. Thank you so much. Crazy Colette. Yeah, Crazy Colette. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream on social media. All right, folks. So if you share the live stream, hopefully I can give you a shout out before the president comes out. But if I don't get it before he comes out, then we'll do it after. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream, giving it a thumbs up. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button. It's very important. Click the thumbs up button. Say hello on the chat. And if you'd like to support Golden State Times, you can do so through Super Chat, or you can become a member. If you become a member of Golden State Times, a Trump hat will come up next to your name every single time you type in the chat. Also, on our comment section of our videos, you also get priority on there. The Trump hat will come up next to your name, and your comments will go up to the top of the comment section of our videos. On some instances, we will have members-only chat. Members-only chat means that if you're a member, you can go on the chat. You don't have to worry about spammers. You don't have to worry about anti-Trumpers. You don't have to worry about any of those things, because it's all members that are able to chat. So that way, the chat is a little bit different. But we're only going to do that once in a while. We want to be fair. Okay, we don't want to restrict anyone from being able to use the chat. So it's only going to be on special live streams. And we will announce those as they come. Thank you so much, folks. Once again, please share the live stream, and I'll see you in the chat. President Trump should be coming out very soon. Also, folks, don't forget, today is President Donald Trump's birthday. So make sure you say happy birthday, President Trump, when he comes out in the chat. If you are a member, don't forget to put the Trump hat emoji when he comes out. So today is President Trump's birthday, folks. And let's wish him a happy birthday. From here at Golden State Times, we wish you, Mr. President, a very, very happy birthday. You're doing an amazing job for the American people, the people that hired you. Because like President Trump says, he's working for us. We're not working for him. He's not the president of the globe. He's the president of the United States. America first. All right, folks. So I was looking at the chat right now. Just give me a second here. I want to say thank you to Lucy and also welcome a new member, Pauline. Thank you so much for believing in Golden State Times and supporting the free press. You keep us on the air, Pauline. Thank you so much. Also, thank you so much to Lucy for your support through Super Chat. If I missed any more Super Chats, I'll give shout outs later on after the president comes out because he's on his way. So please share this live stream on social media. Thank you so much.
President of the United States.
you. Thank you. Very nice. Thank you. Beautiful. Wow.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Happy birthday to you.
Very nice. Wow. That is very, very nice. Please. You must like what I'm about to say, I think. And we all like what we're about to say. We worked very hard at it. And thank you all for joining us on this magnificent day in the Rose Garden special place. We're here to announce the latest historic action that we're taking to help millions of Americans receive high quality and very affordable health care. Something so important, and we've been working on it long and hard. A certain group right in these first few rows, they've been working very long and very hard, and I want to thank you. We're delighted to be joined today by Vice President Mike Pence. Mike, thank you very much. Thank you. In addition, I want to express my gratitude to Secretary Stephen Mnuchin. Steve, thank you very much. Alex Acosta, Secretary, thank you. A man who has been working very hard for this day, Secretary Alex Azar. Thank you, Alex. And also with us, our acting administrator of the Small Business Administration, Chris Pilkington, and where's Chris? Good, Chris. Hi. Congratulations, by the way. Congratulations. You liking it? I hope you're liking it, huh? I hear you are. And Treasurer of the United States, Jovita Carranza. Thank you, Jovita. Thank you very much. And I want to extend a special welcome to the many small business owners who are here. We have a lot of them in our midst, and thank you very much. This is a big advantage for you and something where you can take care of a lot of great people are going to be taken care of. So thank you all for being here. Thank you very much. Small business optimism is soaring in our very booming and big economy, and today we give you even more reason for your confidence in the future. 2 years ago, in October 2017, I signed an executive order to increase healthcare choice and competition all across our nation. Since that time, my administration has worked tirelessly to expand options and drive down the cost of health care for the American people. We took swift action to open short-term health plans and association health plans to millions and millions of Americans. Many of these options are already reducing the cost of health insurance premiums by up to 60% and really more than that. We also have launched a new initiative to bring down the price of prescription drugs. We are holding Big Pharma accountable, and I must say Big Pharma has also been working with us to try and get prices down. And if we had support with the Democrats, I must say we could get it down even more. We've reduced prices now by quite a bit, and this year is the first year, Alex Acosta, right, in 53 years, that drug prices have come down. And I want to congratulate you and all the people that have worked so hard with you. That's really an incredible thing. First year. And we could get them down a lot more if we had a little support in Congress, and I think we'll get that support. I think that has to be a joint. If that's not going to be bilateral, we're going to get that done, and I think we're going to get it done quickly. We're going to get a lot of support. I've spoken to Democrats, and they are in support of it. We have to see if we can actually get them to raise their hand. If they do that, we're going to see some tremendous cuts in drug prices. So thank you very much, Alex. We've asked Congress to support a new research initiative to find a breakthrough cure for childhood cancers. and we've begun a public health campaign to eradicate AIDS in America once and for all, and that's really taking place like nobody would believe. We're looking at a 10-year plan, and at the end of 10 years, we're going to be in very good shape. Who would have thought that was possible even just a short time ago? And we're making dramatic strides in combating the opioid epidemic. We have it down by a number of almost 17% this year. And when I heard it, I thought they made a mistake. I said, you are not real. That's not a real number. And it is very much a real number. So Kellyanne and all of the people that have worked on that, that's a tremendous achievement. And we've worked with the medical profession and with doctors and with everybody. And to think that it's 17% in 1 year, that's a tremendous achievement. Thank you very much. And we're now working with Congress to pass legislation that ends surprise medical billing. And we're going to have another big announcement in 2 weeks, unrelated, but something that's going to have a profound effect on the things that we're talking about and have been talking about over the last 2.5 years. It's going to be something really incredible. That'll take place over the next 2 weeks. That'll be a very big announcement. Nobody knows what it is. It's going to be a big surprise, but it's going to be a very pleasant one. No American should be blindsided by bills for medical services they never agreed to in advance. We're promoting price transparency to force competition and drive down costs, and that's what's happening, and that's one of the reasons we're getting the drug prices stopping from those tremendous increases that have taken effect for so many years. For so many decades, they've been going only in one direction, up, and now we have them breaking even and going down. We're defending Medicare and Social Security for our great seniors. We have eliminated Obamacare's deeply unpopular individual mandate penalty. And you know how bad that was. Think of it. You paid a tremendous amount of money for the privilege of paying so that you don't have to pay for bad insurance, okay? How bad does that get? That's got to be a first. Nobody's ever heard of that one. But we eliminated it. It's gone. So you're saving a lot of money, and it's a terrific thing. And we will always protect patients with pre-existing conditions, always. We're always going to protect the patients' pre-existing conditions. And today I'm pleased to announce another groundbreaking action. We are dramatically increasing the ability of Americans to access more affordable health insurance through options and through their employers. We're doing so by expanding health reimbursement arrangements, or HRAs as they are commonly known. HRAs will allow American workers to shop for the plan that's right for them and their family and have their employer cover the cost. And it's a reasonable cost, and people are going to be getting tremendous benefits. This will be possible because HRAs will now receive the same tax treatment that other employer-provided health plans have always enjoyed. There was a lot of restrictions, and it was impossible until now. This is something that its time has come. It's popular. It's really, really been a success, and I think this is going to be, for many people, this will be the way of the future. The previous administration imposed crushing fines and other penalties on HRAs to prevent employees from selecting the plan of their choice. It was impossible. With today's action, we are eliminating all of those restrictions, and thanks to the changes we're making, an estimated 11 million Americans will now choose their own plans with the help of the HRAs. This will increase the size, thank you. This is a very big deal. This will increase the size of individual market by at least 50%, improving choice, promoting competition, and lowering costs for the American people. HRAs provide another important option to help even more employers offer great health insurance, and the benefits to the American workers will be incredible. They will be especially useful for small employers. An estimated 90% of the businesses that will take advantage of HRAs have fewer than 20 employees. This announcement is a monumental victory for small businesses, for their workers, and previously uninsured Americans who will now have access to high-quality health plans of their choice. With us today is one of our nation's wonderful small business owners, Tony Kunkel from Maryland, and I will say, Tom, you come up. Where is Tom? Are you up here someplace, Tom? I have not met Tom. Well, you're a handsome guy. Come on up here. Tom Kunkel, would you say a few words and let them know what's just happened to you, please? Thank you, Tom. Thank you.
First of all, I'd like to say happy birthday to the president.
Thank you very much.
A lot of people from my office are also wanted to say happy birthday. 3 years ago, I actually spoke to the U.S. Senate Small Business and Entrepreneurship Committee about reinstating the health reimbursement benefit program that had existed previously. This was after the Obama administration had made it illegal for our business to help employees with their health insurance costs. At the time, we had been helping our employees, some who had very serious medical conditions, including cancer. And after the Obama ruling, we had to stop all reimbursements, and which caused a great bit of hardship for our employees. And several of them I actually ended up losing because they had to leave us and go to other companies that offered a little better health benefits. So I want to thank the president and the administration for supporting this new measure and all of his pro-small business policies. We very much appreciate it in the small business community. So this new rule will really allow small businesses to offer a benefit to our employees that will help our employees with health care costs, provide more and better options for them and also for employers. So again, thank you very much, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. Also, we're joined right now, Andrea Burns, a small business owner from Pennsylvania. Please come up. Andrea, please.
Hello.
Thank you. How are you? Nice to
Happy
see you.
birthday.
Thank you
Nice
very
to
much.
see you.
Have a good time.
Hello, my name is Andrea Burns, and I'm a director at Richard S. Burns and Company, a family-owned and operated construction waste, material recovery, and processing facility in Philadelphia. We employ approximately 100 people. And right now, my brother and I, Alan, choose the health care plan for all of those employees. They don't have the opportunity to choose the provider, the coverage, or the premium. This plan, HRAs, would allow us to give them the opportunity to choose the plan that's best for them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
very
you for
much.
making.
Thank you, Paula. Use it well. Use it well, Andrea. You will. Thank you very much. It's going to be a great. There'll be a great difference. I've repeatedly called on Congress to work with us to bring down the cost of health care and prescription drugs. It's all happening. Instead, more than 120 Democrats in Congress have signed up for the Bernie Sanders massive government takeover of health care. That's going to hurt a lot of people. It's going to hurt our country. Socialist health care would crush American workers with higher taxes, long wait times, and far worse care. Their plan would eliminate Medicare as we know it and terminate the private health insurance of 180 million Americans, and even more than that now. On my watch, we will never let that happen. We will never be a socialist country. We have to reject the socialist model that rations care, restricts access, slashes quality, and forces patients onto endless wait lists. Instead, we believe in freedom. We believe in choice. We believe in the highest standard of care in the world, anywhere in the world. And we believe that American families must always have the right and the power to choose the very best treatments, plans, doctors for themselves and for their loved ones. They need that freedom. They have to have that freedom. And that's exactly what today's action is all about. We're putting the people back in charge with more choice for better care at a far lower cost. And other people will not be paying for their health care. We won't be raising taxes. We won't be taxing you into oblivion. We won't be raising the tax rates to 90%. I've heard 90%. The only problem with that one, it doesn't come even close to taking care of the situation. So that means you have to go a lot higher than 90%. I don't think that's going to work too well in this country. We've lowered taxes. We want to keep them down. That's very important. And we will not rest until Americans have the health care system they need and deserve, the system that finally puts American patients first. I want to thank everybody for being here. It's a very important day, a very special day. God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you all very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
All right, folks, thank you very much for joining us and choosing us as your stream of choice. If you missed the speech, I'm uploading it right now, so make sure you guys check back in just a few moments. If you liked our coverage, we do not cut off the president. We don't do anything. We let the president deliver his speech the way that he is going to deliver it, and we just show you the raw footage of the event, and you come to your conclusion of what you saw. We here at Golden State Times do not tell you how to think or what to watch or what not to watch or anything like that. You make the decision for yourself. We just show you the footage, the raw footage of the event. You make up your mind. So if you like that type of coverage, we encourage you that you subscribe to the channel and you click the notification bell, because that is what we do here at Golden State Times. We show you raw footage of everything from the White House to the State Department, press briefings, press conferences, Trump rallies, everything in between. So once again, if you like that coverage, make sure you subscribe to the channel and you click the notification bell. President Trump's birthday is today. And at the beginning, if you guys saw, everyone saying happy birthday to the president, as today is his birthday. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us and choosing us as your stream of choice. We hope that you guys join us on the next one. But until then, my name is Gent, Gent, and I hope to see you guys here soon. Peace.